Hello, welcome to the Thrive Mediation channel, where couples are empowered with the tools they need to thrive in their marriage. This is especially the case for those couples whose relationship has turned into a roommate situation. This is also known as the roommate syndrome. Now, are you one of those couples? Then like and subscribe to this channel because I'll be bringing you vital content that will transform your relationship to one where you both find fulfillment. In this 10-part video series, I'll be talking about power of questions. The power of questions, yes. Because you see, questions are so powerful because it is the most efficient and authentic way to gain insight on any topic. And there is no insight more important than the one you gain about yourself. This is also known as self-awareness. Your level of self-awareness determines the quality of interaction you have with people. And nowhere is this interaction more prevalent than in a couple's relationship. The truth is this: the more you know about yourself, the more confident you'll be at setting healthy boundaries. And setting healthy boundaries bring love and respect into a relationship. You see, women need love while men need respect. And if you noticed, I didn't use the word want, I used the word need because there is a distinct difference between the two. So, in this video series, I'll be giving you 10 powerful questions that will change the way you think so you can ultimately change your life and your relationships for the better. So, welcome to day 5 of the 10-part question that will change your life. If you have not watched the previous days, please go back and watch them because these exercises are not to be rushed. I really want you to put into practice what you learn here, one day at a time. A solid foundation of self-awareness will truly serve you well in your relationship. So with that said, today, the question is, what did I do well today? This is one of those questions where people find themselves struggle to come up with something good to say about themselves. Unlike the question of day 4 that asks what you did poorly. And many people may have a mouthful to say about that. But for some reason, when it comes to giving ourselves credit, we have so much difficulty. Why is that? Well, it's because we are our own worst critics. People fight with the negative voice in their heads that say, "You're not good enough, you're not pretty, you're not handsome enough, you lack too much, you're not worthy of love, you're lazy," and the list goes on and on. Unfortunately, these negative voices in our heads, they drown out the truth. And the result is a feeling of self-doubt, low self-esteem, and fear. Negative thoughts keep us from trying new things or getting out of our comfort zone. And such things keep us stagnated, keeps us stunted, robbing us of a bright and vibrant future. Often you hear people say, "Don't worry about what other people say. People will always complain no matter what you do. So you might as well just go for it. Just do you." And these are great motivational words to keep a person, out of their head and step forward and try new things. However, how does one go about not caring about what they say to themselves? How do we not care when we tell ourselves, "It's not possible, you won't make it, you will fail, you're not good enough"? Not caring about what people say is already hard in and of itself, but at least one could make it a point to avoid such negative people somehow, or stop interacting with them, or maybe just unfriend them on social media, right? But how does one run away from themselves? How do you avoid your own negative thoughts and criticism? Unfortunately, the biggest obstacle that keeps us from giving ourselves value, the accolades that we deserve, and the honor that we deserve is us. The negative self-talk is one of the biggest challenges we face as human beings. So, let's talk about it. How do we avoid self-negative talk? The way to avoid the self-deprecation and constant criticism is to be intentional. Be intentional about how you handle your negative thoughts. In other words, have a plan. You see, we can't control what kind of thoughts come through our minds, but we can control what we do with them. So, here's an action tip. When those negative, self-deprecating thoughts come through, I want you to challenge them. And I want you to do it by verbally speaking out loud. What do I mean by this? Try saying things like, well, that's not true. Now, wait a minute. On a side note, you probably want to do this challenge privately so people don't think you've gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, given that you'll be talking to yourself. But no, seriously, try it. Treat the negative thought like it's a person, that negative person who doesn't want you to progress in life. Everyone has at least one hater in their life. So when the negative thought says you're lazy, you're not smart enough, you'll never get that project done on time, I want you to say out loud, well, that's not true. There's no way I'm lazy. I worked 80 hours this week. Or you can say, I cleaned the house yesterday. Or I took care of the kids' laundry. I cooked. I helped with homework. I paid the bills. Or even you could say, I got out of bed this morning. Just challenge the thought and say, now does that sound like a lazy person to you? I'm not lazy. I deserve love. I am beautiful on the inside and outside. I am handsome on the inside and outside. Just whatever that negative thought is, challenge it with something you know for a fact you completed successfully. Now, even if you don't believe you're beautiful or handsome or smart or hardworking, I want you to say it anyways. And you know what? You'll find that your mind will get in sync with the positive things you're saying to yourself. So every night, I want you to go through your day and write down what you did well that day, no matter how small, and give yourself the love and credit that you deserve. You see, negative thoughts come from your mind, right? So when you challenge it and counter it with positive thoughts, it has no choice but to fall in line, because the positive things you're saying out loud come from the same mind that produces the negative thoughts. And if you speak positively loud enough, it will drown out the negative thoughts. This may sound crazy to you, but just try it. It's like magic. And let me know in the comments how it went for you. Identifying and feeling good about your victories builds your self-confidence. It builds your self-esteem. It gives you an optimistic view of your future, which ultimately makes that bright future more likely to happen. if your relationship has turned into a roommate situation, I want you to invest in yourself. Dig deep and find that love you yearn for. You yearn for that love so much, but I want you to find it from within. In other words, practice self-love. You know why? Because the only person you have control over is you. In other words, you can't make anybody do anything they don't want to do or that they're not ready to do. And if they did, you want it to be organic. You want it to be real, not forced or done out of obligation. You see, when you rely on someone else, aka your spouse or partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever the case may be, when you rely on someone else to fill a void in your heart, you set yourself up for heartbreak, because as human beings, we are bound to disappoint at some point. And it can be very painful and overwhelming when you need something from your spouse and they are not giving it to you. And then on top of that, you can't make them. When you give anyone such power, they get to wield your emotions however and whenever they want. So you must take that power back. And the way to do that is to be the one in control of your own emotions. And the way to be in control of your own emotions is through self-love. When you have self-love, you're less likely to go chasing after that spouse or partner that just cheated on you because you're afraid of being alone. When you have self-love, you're less likely to stay in a relationship where there is verbal and physical abuse because you are codependent on your partner. When you have self-love, you're less likely to allow anyone to treat you like a loser because you didn't make enough money this year. Self-love keeps you from the daily anxiety of knowing, well, another night has gone by and no sex. Another day went by with no hugs, no kisses, or even a simple inquiry of how you're doing. Self-love is the key to setting healthy boundaries, and healthy boundaries create healthy and fulfilling relationships. So find the love that you need from within, and it will help you retain your sanity through the process of rekindling the intimacy in your relationship, because unfortunately it's not going to be a quick fix. Not if you want it to be authentic and last a lifetime. It is never too late to start on a journey of self-discovery. As Willie Nelson said, once you replace negative thoughts with positive ones, you'll start having positive results. So, go ahead and find your self-love. Plus, if you like this kind of content, please hit the cute little blue like button. It will help me exceedingly. And also, subscribe to the channel for more content. If you want to know the next powerful question that will change your life and your relationship, click the video on your screen to find out. See you in the next video.